Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, Platinum Artist, Platinum Songwriter, Straight Game TV. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And like I always say, if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and click on what appears to be that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. They have the drug mule, Brendan Paul, supposedly testifying today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen, how they dropped his charges and all the charges got thrown away. And now he's supposed to, and he's also been given immunity. He's also supposed to come and give some kind of testimony that is supposed to be favorable to the prosecution, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a minute. We can jump right into it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Jim D, Brandon. Yeah, we back. Let's get into it. Click the like button. Click the share button, ladies and gentlemen. Let them know we back in town. Yeah. So like I always say, let's get into some of this straight game.
Life is like some cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, they have excuse me, Brendan Paul testifying today. He was the drug mule guy, and right now they're going over exhibits, if you will. Certain exhibits, I think that they want to get introduced, and so yeah. And here we go right here, ladies and gentlemen. Started off, let's see. Right here, the AUSA Steiner, the second chat is about 3 bottles or a price. For a price, Judge, if you had someone who would testify, this was One Stop's number, but I've just read this. It's some kind of transaction, but it does not reference drugs. Prosecution Steiner, we may have another exhibit that would establish this, Judge. Okay, we'll see. Ms. Shapiro, in the defendant's request to change the issue is raised about how the RICO predicate should be addressed. Let me refresh your recollection. So I think Diddy is arguing how the predicate for the RICO situation should be addressed. Like I said, Judge, Prosecution Steiner basically saying that they may have another exhibit that would establish what a conversation is about because it doesn't mention drugs. The judge said, okay, we'll see. Ms. Shapiro, in the defendant's request to change the issue is raised about how the RICO predicate should be addressed. Let me refresh your recollection. So, yeah, I guess Diddy was trying to figure out, how this could be, a RICO could be addressed in the fact that he probably was buying drugs or this guy was allegedly getting drugs for Diddy or whatever have you, right? So yeah, it's very important to focus on those things. Like I said, I always talk about, like, has it been established as of yet the fact that there was anything going on other than what the prosecution has alleged. Also, the judge yesterday basically admonished and attacked, should I say attacked, basically went after the prosecution and the defense. Somebody leaked information that was from a private conversation that they had, in the judge's chambers, and it popped up in a news story. And the judge doesn't know who actually did that. The prosecution denied it, the defense denied it, and the judge said that it was very serious, So we don't really know about that as of yet. But hey, what else is new with this situation? I can't wait. I mean, like I said, they also said the prosecution is always almost ready to wrap up, if you will, and in their case. I just don't see no. I see a whole bunch of personal drug use, y'all. Personal drug use. Like I said, personal sex life. Also, like I said, the wanting Diddy so bad that they willing to, give all of these other people everybody else immunity. They call it Christina Karam a co-conspirator, but she wasn't arrested, and I know why she wasn't arrested. She wasn't arrested. You know why? Christina Karam, her attorney probably told him everything that my client did was under her job as an employee for Mr. Sean Combs, and they couldn't prove otherwise. Remember, they couldn't. Cassie, she never placed Christina Karam in any kind of room with them, knowing what they did or anything. Also, as a matter of fact, Cassie, as well as Jane, they didn't want the assistants, the staff, and other people to know what was even going on. So how could they say Christina Karam was a co-conspirator in what? Remember, Cassie said she said we actually work hard so that the assistants or nobody under the other employees knew what they were doing when they were in their private life. You know what I mean? They say, yeah, they would set up hotel rooms and things like that and arrange flights and stuff like that. But to know exactly what was going on, it wasn't Christina Karam's or anybody else's business, right? Like I said, once again, even some of the other assistants testified to the same thing. So, that's always been my thing. I don't really know how they're going to establish any kind of RICO predicate. I think that's why Diddy was asking about that. How do they establish that? Let's go over that, and make sure that this is clear as to what needs to happen versus what the prosecution is trying to say that they established already. Because like I said, I still don't see it. You know what I mean? If somebody was buying drugs, and hanging around you and they buying drugs, oh yeah, Diddy used drugs, Cassie used drugs, Jane used drugs. It's drug use, right? Were they out there in the street buying it? No, people said that they was buying it for them. Was it bought to be resold in the streets? No. So that's the part that I see that's kind of crazy, if you will. But like I said, we've seen worse, man. We've seen worse. So yeah, we back, ladies and gentlemen. We back. So absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the, like I said, that's the crazy part about it. It's when we think about what they've tried to establish with this Diddy situation, right? Get back to this. Gaston Neal, Fatima Barrett, welcome back. See Craig Tillman, B-Town Entertainment. Good morning, man. Mar Dizzle, Jesus is King, Cut Creatives. Gwen James, hit the like button, hit the share button, ladies and gentlemen. We back. Jim D, Brooke Dawn, Raquel Jackson, Quan. Who's that? Kiana Carver. Welcome. Absolutely. It's a pleasure. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, we back doing what we do. Let's check this out. This is some information just came in. Honorable Judge Submaranian, talking about the inner city press. Inner city press has been covering the above caption case like many others. This morning, before the jury came in, both the government and defense referred to multiple communications to the court above evidentiary and other issues, but these are not in the public docket on PACER. The application letter motion argues that many, if not all, of these judicial documents to which the public and the press have the right of access, they should be put in the docket now and going forward. See, for example, Judge Oakton's, whatever, recent trial in USA versus Nunez, in which such issues were in letters docketed overnight in real time. ECF, that's the electronic court thing when they submit it to the court and put it on PACER. AUSA Slavic this morning referred to Judge Stein's Menendez trial, and both of these letters on such issues went to the docket. So basically, inner city press is basically arguing that a lot of the communications that the prosecution or sidebars or things that the judge has held with the prosecution has not been actually shared with the press, if you will, right? And so, yeah. So if you go back to scroll down. See. If I'm not mistaken, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Let me do this again. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we thought we were going to have a trial today. It doesn't look like it. Today, the trial is adjourned due to a vertigo juror. Tomorrow, it's for June 10th, and Friday will be shorter than normal day. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, we thought we was going to get it in today. No, we ain't getting nothing in. The trial has been adjourned, ladies and gentlemen. The trial has been adjourned. You see it right here. A juror has vertigo. Tomorrow is for Juneteenth, and Friday will be shorter than normal and shorter than a normal day, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. The Diddy trial going on week 6 will come out on Friday. When it's done, perhaps shorter than the other days, if you will. So, yep. It's a done deal, ladies and gentlemen. It's a done deal. And we will see you guys on Friday. Yeah, basically. You know, that's it. That's it. We don't control it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. Jura got vertigo, so if he got vertigo, then we all got to go. You know what I mean? Most importantly, but yeah, like I said, more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, the trial has been adjourned. And so that's just what that is, and that's just what that means. But more importantly, on another note, like I said, once again, you know, we still trying to see how this thing, the quickest day ever. You right about that, Intelligent Hoodlum. Let me give you some shout outs before we roll out. Intelligent Hoodlum, Kathy Rose, Dickie Leonard, Calvin, Intelligent Hoodlum, Universal Ags, Craig Tillman, Amanyan, YT Miro, who else? Cut Creatives, Gaston Neal, Universal Ags. Well, who else is in the house? Queen for Life, Fatima Bird, always a pleasure. Let's see. Yeah, and everybody outside the chat watching also. More importantly, like I said, I always thank you guys for tuning in. And, you know, like I always say, have a great day. Enjoy your day. And if you have not picked up the book and checked it out, ladies and gentlemen, please do the video, or should I say the interview is over on the Art of Dialogue. Here it is. Check it out.
They said Tupac was untouchable. But behind the walls of Rikers Island, he was just a man, wounded, watching his back, and wondering who he could trust. He survived bullets, betrayal, and isolation behind bars. But what happened inside those walls has never been told until now. In the darkest corner of Rikers, he found betrayal and a brotherhood no one saw coming. These dudes smiled in my face, then flipped and tried to kill me, and I never saw it coming. They were Puff's security, Biggie's muscle, Henchman's people, and Tupac knew exactly who sent them. This is the side of Tupac Shakur the world never got to see, told by the man who lived it with him, not in the studio, but in a 6x9 cell. The rap battles, sex and drama with female guards, the tears, the silence after Jada Pinkett's visit, and the moment Tupac almost broke. Before Death Row, before All Eyes on Me, before Machiavelli, there was Rikers. Behind the Walls with Tupac Shakur, available now on Amazon. Get your copy. Learn the truth.
See you guys on Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy DELRAY, Straight Gang.
Life is like some cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.